Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, Siriana Tarot. This is going to be a reading for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. This is going to be your waxing moon reading. This is the week. The waxing moon is on May 29th and it will take us all the way up till the full moon in Sagittarius on June 5th. So this is kind of like the build up and all of the hype before the full moon. We should feel like a certain type of energy and sort of a call to action at this time. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into this. We're going to invite spirit, angels, ancestors, loved ones who have passed, spirit guides, and ascended masters to this space to deliver the messages for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Okay, or any placement you might have. My cards do not want to shuffle today, so bear with me. I promise I've done this before. We'll give it another one. Give it another one. What is going on? Messages for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Messages for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs for this waxing moon period, May 29th through June 5th. What do my Cancers need to know, May 29th through June 5th? Okay. Ooh, yeah, okay. Lots of healing, Cancer. Overall energy, 10 of Pentacles. I love it, and I love to see it in the upright, you guys. This is abundance. This is cha-ching. This is money. This is love. This is health. This is energy. Abundance means a lot of different things to a lot of different people. In particular, this does represent earth energy. It is Mercury in Virgo. And so do remember also that we have Mercury going retrograde shortly. It's going to join all the other planets that are in retrograde. But this is about growth and this is about expansion. So some of you guys are expanding your businesses. Some of you guys are really using this Gemini energy to network and to grow something. Growing your empire, growing your family. But I'm getting more than anything, this is coming from connections. This is beautiful energy because, again, some of you might be recovering. Your health might be getting better. You might just really have an awesome health and wellness sort of daily practice down that just has you feeling on top of the world, and you've earned it. Underneath that, we have the King of Wands. The King of Wands is showing up in the reverse, which is fire energy, Leo, Aries, Sag. So you might be coming from, a little bit of instability. You might have had a job loss, or you might have invested in a relationship, or, a financial investment, or something having to do with your health where, you had to pull back, or somebody wasn't as committed as you were. And so you lost a bit of money, or self-confidence. The King of Wands, when he's in reverse, can sometimes also represent a player, but not always. So some of you might have really thought, somebody was your person, or a twin flame, or even a soulmate. And there might have been a very powerful physical connection, but it may have also fizzled out. Remember, as we're going through Venus retrograding in Gemini, we're going to have past loves and lovers come back to us, and we're going to be triggered by that situation because there's something that needs to be healed and cleared. But it's also that that they're coming back for healing and closure. So just make sure that you don't get too caught up in that energy, that you recognize it for what it is. For some of you, it might be rekindling a romance, but for others of you, it's this healing and closure, which is going to be the best thing that you ever did. Now look at that. I have my dear Cancers under there with the Chariot card in the reverse. So you may have been really feeling stuck financially, or with your health, or in this particular relationship, because you also get the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, which is really being frustrated by a lot of delays, something that you've been putting a lot of time and energy into and not really coming to fruition. And with that Nine of Swords energy underneath there, really being, feeling exhausted, feeling confused, feeling anxious, over, and it's more than overthinking. It's really getting into the, anxiety and depression about this situation. So really getting anchored in, a lower vibe energy. But before I go on, there's something that Spirit wants me to talk about, that tears, sadness, and depression. Sometimes we do refer to those as lower vibrational frequencies if somebody's really anchored in that. But it's also really important, if the tears come, it's important to cry. It's important to feel those feelings. So don't disallow yourself to go through any of the emotions that you're feeling, because that's only going to do you a disservice. Okay, so I just wanted to make that really clear, because sometimes I even, I refer to that as this sort of lower vibrational energy, but it's different when you're anchored in that, and that's the lens with which you're seeing every situation or the world at this time, or your relationship, versus really processing emotions. Okay, and I just wanted to be really clear about that. So Cancer, you guys are showing up as the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups is water energy, and specifically it's Jupiter and Pisces. Now, this is interesting because I did get immediately, some of you guys are going to be healing something having to do with excess. So maybe as a result of this situation, you might have been overeating, over drinking, sitting at home binge watching TV with tubs of ice cream. And that's something that's not, that you're coming to this realization about having to stop. For others of you, and if not for all of you who are resonating with this reading, the Nine of Cups in reverse is about your wish fulfillment not happening, not being able to realize your dreams and your goals. And when it's in the reverse, it's really taking me back to that Eight of Cups. There's a need for you to walk away from something, to release something. I just see this wagon wheel in the mud, right, that has you all over the place, has you upset. Okay, and it's frustrating because I feel like it's been stuck in the mud for way too long, even if that's only, an hour or what have you. It doesn't have to be years. And that Chariot being stuck, and this King of Wands in reverse, somebody who wants to run away from whatever it is, or somebody who wasn't as committed as they said they were. And I'm seeing this as, that Eight of Cups energy of having to leave that behind, because what's ahead of you, 10 of Pentacles. Okay, so that's really nice energy. It's very positive. Now, what's surrounding you or in your surroundings? I've got the Justice card. This is Libran energy. Again, I'm picking up on a lot of Venusian energy, so Venus, so love and money. And also do check and see, this would be Venus in retrograde. So I've done readings for each sign so that you guys can go back and check out. Start with your Venus sign, okay? Sun sign, rising signs, but whatever you feel called to. But so again, this could have to do with something having to do with Venus in retrograde. Retrogrades are really good periods. They're built-in rest periods to really heal and clear any previous issues, hurts, past disappointments or traumas that we thought we might have dealt with, but something triggers you and boom, it rears its ugly head again, and you're just like, okay, now it's really time to do that. So I'm really picking up on that with this Justice in reverse. Now, some of you might be feeling like everything is really unfair, or people might be telling you that it was really unfair, whatever has happened. Okay, so really feeling like for some of you, it could be, a court case or something having to do with the judicial system that doesn't go your way. Okay, and so it was something you were really wishing for that didn't come true. Okay, so that's another message coming through here. But you're being blocked by Mercury energy, the Mercury energy of the Magician. So this can be Virgo or Gemini energy. And, Mercury, again, is going to go retrograde shortly. If it isn't already, you're going to have to check me on those dates. But the Magician card is all about manifestation. And some of my Cancers out there, you've been really, really working hard and hyper-focused on law of attraction or manifesting a job or a person or a situation. But here, the Magician is telling me as your block that you have to be really honest with yourself about what it is you're wishing for. Is it really for your highest good? Because it might not be coming in because it's not, or it's not time. For others of you, it's being hyper focused on the details. And with this nodal axis shift, the Gemini energy is really like focused on like small ideas and details and small movements. And the Sag energy is all about seeing the big picture. So make sure that you are sort of stepping back and giving yourself some time and some space, just to get from the situation, to distance yourself a little bit, to really get the big picture and see what you're not seeing. Okay, because sometimes we get tunnel vision, and when we're in the moment, and we can't see anything but that. So step back. Some of you also, you're really dealing with a trickster. Point blank, you're dealing with somebody who is emotionally manipulative, verbally, they might sort of turn you around, twist you up in knots. Somebody who's trying to maybe pull the wool over your eyes or try to sell you something that isn't what it really is. Now, I'm linking that in my mind's eye to the King of Wands. So somebody who might have told you, yeah, baby, that's what I want. This is what I'm into. This is, X, Y, and Z. And you sort of getting lulled in, pulled in, by this smooth talking King of Wands energy. Again, it doesn't have to be a fire sign. It can be anybody exhibiting those qualities. And it certainly can also be an aspect of ourselves. So just do that self-evaluation as well and see where this energy, where there might be something that is, is false or tricky for you, whether it's a person or a situation. The Magician is beautiful energy when he's in the upright. The Magician is manifesting. The Magician has all of the tools laid out in front of him, and can really do anything he wants to do, and attracts friends, lovers, situations, jobs, abundance, so easily. But sometimes when we have the Magician, if it shows up in reverse, and this is the beauty of pulling these cards sort of sideways, is really it's my intuition saying, how this is coming out. But the Magician here is saying that, that some of you, or it could be an energy that you're observing, has lost their way, and it's too much focus on the material. So whereas something that might have started out really innocent, very true, very authentic, very magical, very spiritual, right? Because I keep going back to that King of Wands. That's the energy of ether, and it's spirit and it's spirituality, and then losing sight, okay, of why you're doing what you're doing, okay, whether that's in a spiritual context or within a relationship, and getting too focused or too caught up in the glitz and the glam, or the surface level stuff, or the 3D stuff, or the material stuff, okay, rather than its sort of innate draw that it had for you, that pure draw, okay, if that makes sense. What's subconsciously affecting this situation? You get the Three of Pentacles. This is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. More specifically, it's Mars and Capricorn. This is all about collaboration. So for some of you, this is collaboration. And I was picking up on that with this Ten of Pentacles. For some of you, your abundance is coming in the form of partnership or collaborating, maybe with soul tribe members, maybe with family members, maybe, maybe somebody that really wants to invest in you, or you want to invest in them. Because remember, what you're looking for is also looking for you. And this is that subconscious influence. This is, maybe what you can't see going on, but what you're looking for is looking for you. This could have to do with work. It could have to do with health. It could also just have to do with your relationships. In the recent past, we get the Page of Wands. So I'm really picking up on the spirituality all around my Cancers. This energy of ether, of spirit, okay? And the next two cards that come out are all about healing, and my earth angels out there who are listening. The Page of Wands is like my minor arcana version of the Fool, although he's kind of like all the pages wrapped in one. But the Page of Wands is somebody who is gorgeous, physically attractive, but there's somebody who is very confident and very sure of themselves despite not having a lot of experience. This is that free spirit. This is somebody who's adventurous. This is someone who's charismatic. This is someone who's ready to, take the leap and start a brand new journey. But there is always a little bit of a warning with the Page of Wands. that there isn't a lot of planning involved. He operates on impulse and sort of a naive worldview of, or a naive, I can't speak. All right, a naive perspective, sort of like I can deal with anything that comes my way, which is excellent. Self-confidence is amazing, but there is a need here to be aware and to be prepared, especially if you might be walking through dangerous terrain. Okay, so although it's well and good to have a lot of self-confidence, it's necessary. It's a beautiful, admirable quality, but not to the point where hubris might, have you fall off a cliff or, get hurt or something like that. So there's just one little warning here. Some of you might have been very passionately drawn to, could be this King of Wands energy. It could be a new job. It could be, whatever, a new healing modality that you're learning. It could be anything, and it's this desire and this want and this passion for something new. Okay. Now what's coming in from above consciously, this is Temperance. This is the energy of Sagittarius. This is beautiful energy because this is just a reminder that you are an earth angel, and I'm speaking to other healers and readers, Reikiists, massage therapists, maybe even doctors and nurses. This healing, this is what you're focusing on. This is spiritual alchemy. And spiritual alchemy is an interesting term because it's all about transmutation, and it's the journey of self-transformation. And a lot of my Cancers out there, you guys are doing just that. And you're taking a look back at your beautiful, sometimes challenging journey, and you know what? You deserve a pat on the back. And you're looking at the good and you're looking at the bad, but it's really coming into the realization here with this Temperance card. You need both. And so really sort of being grateful for all the good and all the bad that you've overcome as well, or that you've experienced, because it really served you as, not only becoming who you are, but really gives your voice an authority. Okay, even if it's just talking to yourself or to your friends or to your family members, but your life and all of your experiences, mashed up into one beautiful earth angel here. This is also a reminder that some of you might be communicating with your spirits and your guides through meditation or through prayer. You might also just be receiving, very, very strong messages. You can see here with the Temperance, this halo around the angel. Angels are interesting because, sometimes we assign gender, but angels are often thought to be genderless or androgynous. So they can be masculine and feminine. And it's really balancing the masculine and the feminine within, becoming completely aligned in order to bring about this healing. Four of Swords, I love it. This is a card of taking a rest. This is healing old hurts, past wounds. Again, for some of you, it is about Venus retrograding in Gemini, where somebody's either come back, and if they haven't physically contacted you, you might be having dreams about this person, or you might have seen something, for example, like a photo on social media, or heard something that reminded you of this person, and you really felt triggered, but it's going to trigger a healing, a period of healing and closure with this person or with this situation. The Four of Swords is Jupiter in Libra energy. There is a lot of Libra coming out, so you might have that in your chart, or you just might have, you might be dealing with a Libra. But I think also it's testament to weighing, looking at the good and bad, really balancing things in your life that are going to bring about cha-ching. We cannot forget, let's not forget about one of the best cards in the deck, that Ten of Pentacles energy. So Cancers, let's go ahead and pull your energy oracle cards for today. Messages for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Messages for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs from May 29th through June 5th. Strategy 21 breaks down to a 3. So again, we've got this sort of this analysis, right? Like really focusing on what you're going to do, what steps you're going to take. Okay, despite whatever this sort of injustice is that you've experienced, or despite not getting what you wanted, okay, with that Nine of Cups energy in reverse. For others of you, it might be working through bad habits or habits of excess, whether that's serious, like drugs and alcohol, or whether it's, just I need to change my behavior because I can't binge watch movies and eat ice cream all day, right? So it's all about, getting a plan together. But I love this feather because this feather is all about seeing the big picture, and there's a compass and sort of, what direction is your internal compass pointing you towards, okay? Towards healing, but what does that mean for you? So I like that energy a lot for you guys. Also, the pen or the feather, the quill and the paper, some of you guys are writing. You might be writing, you might be journaling a lot at this time. Or you might be receiving messages that are actually handwritten. Okay, so we get number 23, we get all tied up. So I get that it could be that somebody, this trickster energy, has you all tied up. Or again, it could be the lens at which you're sort of looking at everything at this moment, something that didn't go your way, something that you feel was really unfair. Maybe some of you have been really working with law of attraction, and maybe even you're listening to readings and you are like, well, this stuff never happens to me. Or, I don't, I've been trying everything, I've been hearing, I've been reading books, I've been doing workshops, and it's not happening. And Spirit's saying, there's an issue here with wrapping yourself up in getting too stuck in the details, and the need here for healing, so that the ties that bind will start to unravel for you. Okay, if that makes sense. Cancer, our sign, we usually get these like amazing readings, and this is still an amazing reading because the Ten of Pentacles is gorgeous energy, and there's lots of healing coming through. But in the center and the core here, there is I feel like some of you might feel like your chest is tight. For others of you, you have to really work on that heart center, on your heart chakra, to start releasing it, okay? Because someone or something here is just not able to come to fruition. So it might be a really good time to reevaluate. Be careful what you wish for and what you're trying to manifest, because it might come true. Or is what you're working towards, is it really what's for your highest good and for those around you? Oh, yeah, of course it is. Blossoming abundance. Cha-ching! Doing this work. There are challenges, Cancer, but doing this work is, look at this. I'm just going to hold these two cards up for you. It doesn't get better than that. You guys are making a huge score here. You guys are scoring big time. Whether it's love, but I'm getting more than anything, it's about finance. And it's about something that really wasn't going your way. Working through this. Is bringing in all of this abundance. You get the master number 33, and I was going to say that earlier. You have 21, you have 3, and I was like, okay, maybe it's going to be a stretch for you guys. But now that we have 3 threes out, Spirit does want me to touch on that for you. 33 is the master teacher number. Again, some of you might be teachers. Some of you might be looking for a teacher. Remember, when the student is ready, the teacher will arrive. And it's all about bringing higher spiritual guidance to the world. So I'm really picking up on some of you being healers, other readers, Reikiists, acupuncturists, mediums, okay, that sort of energy. And it's all about expansion of consciousness, up-leveling, enlightenment. We associate unconditional service and sacrifice with the master teacher number 3. And then it's also surrendering more to spirit than your mind. So if you're really getting too caught up in the cerebral aspect, okay? And again, if you have Virgo or Gemini in your chart, or both of those heavy, we're in this Gemini energy. Some of you might be, feel like you have ADD or ADHD, like you can't concentrate and lots of thoughts are coming in at rapid fire, and it's hard to pick and choose what you're going to focus on, okay? So that Magician card could really be that energy. If you have, just check and see where Mercury is in your chart, and Gemini and Virgo, which houses and that sort of thing, how it might be affecting you. This is all about, you know, letting unconditional love be your guide. Okay. Again, don't get stuck too much in your head. And that unconditional love is really what I'm picking up on that heart chakra work that some of you need to do. And, you know, we're always learning. Life is always teaching us something, but is there something that you can now teach others? And I was really talking about the authority that comes from your life experience. Okay. So that's important stuff, Cancer. I know this has been like a really long reading. I just, I don't know. I haven't seen the time yet, but I hope you guys are still with me. If you are still with me, thank you. I appreciate it. All right, and then you get the temple path. You guys, I'm like jumping up and down. I am seriously jumping up and down. You get another 3, right? So that master number 33 is incredible, no doubt, right? If there's any doubt in your mind, your spiritual journey, okay, is very closely linked to your financial abundance, your health, your happiness. And I think you guys know that. Again, this for me, this is, I always say this is my favorite card in the deck, but really, I've got so many, but this is one of my absolute favorites. All of these orbs represent, you know, they not only represent your soul tribe, but they represent you know, the spirit guides, ascended masters, your ancestors, loved ones who have passed on, spirit, everybody who's supporting you on this journey, and the importance of healing here and doing the spiritual work, because that's going to bring in, you know, jackpot energy for you. Okay, so good. It just gives me goosebumps. You know, I love my Cancers out there. And you guys are such a powerful collective. You know, I'm honored. I'm honored every time I do a reading with or for you guys. So, all right, let's go ahead and see. I'm pulling from the Sacred Geometry Activations Oracle. These are beautiful, as some of you may already know. Ooh. And then we get Universal Love, number 44. So another master number. My Cancers out there, you guys are powerhouses. All right. The frequency of universal love activates the connection we feel to each other, to our planet, and to the whole of existence itself. Yeah, so some of you guys, again, this collaboration that I'm picking up on the 3 of Pentacles, this is not only just in the astral realms, but this is 3D stuff as well. This is your soul tribe. These are friends. These are family members, people that people that you love, and then operating out of from a space of unconditional love, especially if you have that heart chakra, you know, like balanced and clear and aligned and spinning the way it should be. Oh, you're going to attract some really amazing experiences and people that are going to help you towards success on this journey. Okay, and we get magic. Oh, yeah, because you guys are magical. I'm talking, you guys know who you are. Okay, you might feel like you sound like a stark raving lunatic to some people, but Spirit's confirming here that you are magical. Okay, magical beings, and don't doubt that. The frequency of magic supports our intrinsic ability to grow and expand beyond this moment, to move forward. Move toward possibilities and expressions that are as grand and profound as we can imagine. All that is required is our belief in the manifestation. This is interesting because, again, we have that, we have the magician who's blocking us. So some of you aren't believing in your own magic. Or you've been keeping it hidden. You're not letting your light shine. And that's why you might be experiencing some of these delays here. Okay, or not getting what you want. So really take a look at that. Look, we have a peeker there. Final message for my Cancers, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. And have I told you enough yet that I love you? Because I do. Final messages for my Cancers, May 29th through June 5th. The rattle. Ooh. I wish I had a rattle here. I'm going to read from the book. This is, these are from Alberto Villoldo, Colette Baron Reed, Marcela Lobos, and this is the Mystical Shaman Oracle. Number 43, that breaks down to a 7. So remember, 7 is the number of spirit work, the path of the mystic, spiritual leadership. So some of you guys have businesses online, okay, or you have spiritual businesses, which I don't, depending on where you are, might be opening up, or you might be starting them, but they're, I mean, I see very good things. Very, very good things here for you guys. And also you have 44 and then you have 31 breaking down to a number 4. 44 is about the material world, about grounding, building through perseverance, focusing on the task at hand. So you guys are pushing through, Cancers. This sort of initial energy of that 9 of Cups in reverse and the Libra in reverse, the Justice card in reverse, all of that's going to be it's going to be old news for you, okay? So number 43 is the rattle is the spirit caller. And you're on the temple path. This is so exciting. Carrying the shaman's prayer to the 4 directions. The body of the rattle is like the earth spinning on its axis. With the aid of the rattle, the medicine woman instills a destined destiny in her future. A desired destiny in her future. Closing with the prayer, Great Spirit, may your will be done. The rattle guides us to pray for all the earth, not just for our personal needs, universal love. So this is interesting. Also remember that when you are working with your manifestations, and you want them to come to fruition, it's important that they're not all I want $1 million. I want the perfect partner. I want, you want to wish all of those things as well for your neighbors, for your loved ones, for the earth. So it's really important to include that, you guys, in your, monthly, daily, what have you, rituals. Okay. When we offer our prayers for the highest good of all, everything we need is provided for us. Yes, and that's the truth. The rattle comes to invite you to work with the tools of spirit, but be careful. They are very sharp and can hurt you and others if they are not used mindfully. And is that not that sort of that 9 of Cups energy in reverse, and that the Libra, the Justice card in reverse? Some of you might have been practicing new tools and maybe just learning the ropes, but it's like picking up a sharp knife. That's absolutely beautiful, but cutting yourself. Ooh, I love the metaphor I'm getting here. Set your old tools aside and take up the drawing instruments of spirit, right? Drawing with this pen, this feather. You are consciously stepping into partnership with the divine. 3 of Pentacles. This is the time for courageous deeds. Do not let your hesitation get in the way of your expression. Ooh, if you guys need to pause that and listen to that again, I suggest you do. The rattle is a very powerful message, and I think it sums up this reading perfectly. All right, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, comment, share, ring that notification bell. But most of all, I want to thank you for all your love and support, and I hope you have an